in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood, tryna stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed. Oh, it's time to mother effing bleed. Y'all not gonna get away with this without something being said. Let me be clear. You might get away. See, they get away with a lot. But the beauty about what we do here is that we're going to speak on it. And we're going to let everyone know that we see you. Dwayne Jones, Calvin Johnson, Jose Diaz, King Jr., Miami Snoopy, Jason in the building, Woke the Truth, Taquan Savage, DJ Zion Love, Carleon Mello, Ketty Peeps, Dwayne Freeman, salute, fam. Alchemist Star, salute. Stephen L. the Mac. Anthony, what up, bro? DP Rocker, Jeffrey Lopez, Outlaw Jr., Kevin Dunbar, Duke Ty, Marcus Walls, Carol 2 Slimy, what up? Joseph Townsend in the building. Smash your like button on the way in. Robert Singleton, salute. Y'all look at that picture, man. Anwar Willis, salute. Look at the picture. Look at the picture. Jay West, salute. See that guy in the middle? Cesar, salute. See that guy? Don't let him do it. And if you're on Twitter, stay on his bumper. Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. And he ain't alone. He ain't alone. He got friends. He got friends. They're pushing a narrative. You know how they always accuse, oh, these guys on YouTube, oh, the LDBC, they're pushing the narrative. So what? So what? Because since the beginning of time, since media was created, they push a narrative. What they're mad at is the public has a voice, and our voice is just as strong as theirs. Xavier, salute, fam. G5 Gabe in the building. Yeah. Yeah. Our voice reaches people. You know, the brilliant and great part about social media is that anybody could do it. The bad part about social media is that anybody can do it. It's the same shit. And this guy in the middle, I'm telling you, man. Big Texas, Ratchet since 91, salute. I'm telling you, man. Pay attention. Watch the play. Watch the play. We're living it in real time. We know what's supposed to happen. This is why I don't read nothing from old media unless it stands out with some nonsense. I just posted 2 videos last night. One was in reference to Lion Ryan Garcia versus Isaac Cruz, which should happen. The other video was in reference to Miguel Cotto in the International Boxing Hall of Fame, somewhere where he is supposed to be. And as I'm reading the article off a boxing scene, I'm saying, you know what? I stand by. I feel that there's 2 losses on Miguel Cotto's record that should not be there. And that's Bob Arum's fault. And when I get to the bottom of the article, he said this guy didn't duck anybody. And who were the 2 names he mentioned? Manny Pacquiao and Antonio Margarito. I said, I'll be damned. That's a guilty conscience. You know why? That was his problem. You want to talk about value? Johnny Gotti, salute. Big homie, cool. Black Vision, salute. Box fans, Queens, 71, salute. You want to talk about guilty conscience? Big Block, Syriac, salute. How's this for guilty conscience? All right. You know what? Never mind guilty conscience. All right. Business over bullshit. Business over bullshit. Margarito fighting in Miguel Cotto was great for business. Remember watching that fight? Gerald Alexander, salute, Black Alpha. You remember watching that fight? It looked like a classic. Puncher versus boxer, Brian Peters, salute. And Cotto was getting his in until he got touched. And after that fight, Focus Ball, salute. After that fight, we thought we was looking at the Ivan Drago of 147, the big puncher. We didn't know any better. We didn't know any better. After that loss by Cotto, his family is crying. Wife is screaming in the front row. He's spitting out blood. And Copper, salute. And it didn't even dawn on us that we've never seen Miguel Cotto get his face bust up like that. It was unnatural, but we in real time, we wasn't paying attention. And then they already had him in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. As soon as the fight ended, oh, Mayweather's ducking. I'm like, God damn, the fight ain't even over. Mayweather's ducking. Walked up on Floyd. Y'all remember that? He said, yeah, you get your shot. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Do more. You beat Miguel Cotto. You gave him his first L. Right? First L. Right? What did we find out? Y'all remember leading up to Shane Mosley? Was Shane Mosley not supposed to die in that ring that night? Remember the live broadcast? Yeah, there seems to be some confusion in the locker room. We know the story. We know how it played out. It didn't matter if he got in the ring with those hand wraps anyway, because he ain't touched Shane not one time that fight. And he knocked his ass out. But if it wasn't for Brother Nas, Margarito gets away with it again. But then when they did the test on the hand wraps, what did they find? Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, like I always say, there's some things in boxing you can't prove. But when they found it, and he was proven beyond a shadow of doubt that he was guilty because they found it, I heard there was a tussle and they tried to hustle the bars. I heard there was a tussle and they tried to hustle the goddamn wraps out the room. And Brother Nas had to tell the commission, no, take those. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. And what did we find? He was kicked out of the country. He couldn't fight no more. I think he should have went to jail. That was attempted murder. And then that made us rethink. I know it made me rethink. I said, wait a minute. Did he use that shit against Miguel Cotto? Wait a minute. Did he use that shit against Golden Johnson? Wait a minute. He knocked out Kermit Cintron twice. I've never seen Kermit rolling on the floor in pain like that. What the fuck? And I spoke to Kermit. Kermit believes beyond a shadow of a doubt. He said, nah, that was unnatural. Now, at any point, Thomas, salute. At any point, did anybody go back and revisit those situations and say, yo, you know what? That's their fault. They had their camp in his locker room. They were supposed to catch that. Did anyone say that? No. Just leave it alone. It's over now, right? Is anyone blaming their camps? Golden Johnson, Kermit Cintron twice. Paul Williams said his shit felt funny. Miguel Cotto, huh? Rematch, right? Now, let me tell you why this is business over bullshit. Now, I want y'all to follow me on this with this business part. Follow me on this. Y'all remember what Bob Arum did? Let me remind you. Instead of allowing Manny Pacquiao to go ahead, Devin Blocker salute, to go ahead and fight Floyd Mayweather, we was on like year 3 or 4. I forget. All right? Instead of allowing that fight to happen, what did he do? He lied. He's lying all over Floyd, saying he's ducking, he won't engage, and he won't sign a fight, and Al Haymon doesn't exist. Remember all of that? And we online getting called all kinds of flow modes. Will old school salute. Remember that? MP, what the fuck? What up? Specific volume in the building. Remember that? Flow mode, code word for the N-word. Remember that? He goes to Mexico and finds a way to get Antonio Margarito a boxing license in Dallas. Remember that? And we're like, yeah, like MP, we were like, what the fuck? This man tried to murder Miguel Cotto, tried to murder Shane Mosley. Oh man, but you can't prove. No. Yes, we can. He got caught with Shane, and now all of these knockouts out of nowhere started to make sense. Due to him getting caught against Shane, we have reasonable cause to believe, the same as probable cause to believe that he used it in the previous fights. Mr. P. Dep, salute. Did the media, do y'all recall reading anything as saying, yo, look, man, we're already on Manny Pacquiao's ball sack. Rick Blackwell, salute. But listen, Margarito, I mean, if Cotto wants to go to Mexico and fight him, fine. But he shouldn't fight on U.S. soil based off what he tried to do to our American fighters and what we are now believing he did to the past American fighters. Golden Johnson, Kermit Cintron, Miguel Cotto. Were there any articles in reference to that? Ring Dragon, salute. I don't recall. All I recall is, hey, man, he's fighting. Let's go to Dallas. That's what I recall. And although he whooped Margarito's ass, bust his eye out, he got a sleepy eye now because of Manny. Nobody said anything. Rob Sportsman Lee, salute. Nobody said anything. I said, wow, this is strange. He should never fight again on this planet. Main Event Mark, salute. He should never fight again. But, fine. The boxing public allowed it. And they say, hey, man, look, he bust his eye up. That's revenge. I said, no. Miguel ain't do it. Well, later on, he gets his rematch with Miguel. Y'all remember that 24/7, I believe it was? And he pulled out his iPad. He said, yeah, you ain't cheat me. And he zoomed in on his fucking knuckles and said, what's that? Knuckles look like he had gravel in his damn hand wraps. Marcellus, salute. And all Antonio could do was smile. Oh, yeah, you know. Oh. He said, what's that? You didn't cheat me? What's that? He said, okay. And Miguel got his ass in that rematch. And the rematch went how the first fight was supposed to go. Stared his dumb ass down. I will never forgive Antonio Margarito for what he did. Ever. Brian H., salute. Now, is anybody saying, yo, man, that's Miguel's fault that he lost the first fight? He should have had somebody from his camp. His dad was in his corner, his best friend. Nobody was over there to watch Margarito. How many times did Margarito get away with that shit? Huh? I spoke to Kermit. Not one time did I say, yo, man, that's your fault, man. You should have had somebody in this locker room. I didn't even bother. Why? This is boxing. B&B Boxing News, salute. EJ Love, salute. I understand. Some things you're just not going to catch. Some things you're just not going to prove. But you know what it is. Rod Neal, salute. You know what it is. So it don't even matter. But you know what it is. What it is bullshit. It's business over bullshit. Later on, Miguel Cotto gets a fight against Manny Pacquiao. Put in the chat what was wrong with that fight. Miguel was a champion, was he not? Was he not? Was Miguel Cotto not the champion? What was wrong in that fight? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Let me see who's paying attention. Go ahead. Miguel Cotto was the mother effing champion. What was wrong in that fight? Yeah, Anthony, other than steroids, I firmly believe that Manny Pacquiao was juiced to the gills. I don't care if he didn't get caught. Yep, thank you, Robert. Weight drained. Kyrie World, salute. How the hell are you the champion and you have no control over anything in that fight? In what universe are you the champion, but you got to come in at a lower weight to suit the opponent? And I don't care if Manny Pacquiao was the A side. Don't care. Yeah, it was a catch weight, Robert. I don't recall. It might have been 144. But Rick Blackwell, salute. Squirrely, salute. Phenomenal Mexican in the building. But here's the deal. Weight, especially at these lower classes, it's a science. How many times we've seen things like hydration clause? Why? These guys know, okay, this guy fights at 154, but he walks around at 180. So we're going to catch him now. You know what I'm saying? We're the A side. We're going to catch him now. Job, salute. We're going to drain him to like 152. And he can't rehydrate. Unc, what up? Dre Finest. Marcus Wall, salute. We're going to catch him now. We're going to fight in 8 weeks so he can have a fat camp. We at 154. We're going to say fight us at 152 because we sell seats. And he can't come in no heavier than 153. He's going to have a fat camp. And he's going to come in with his cheekbones all sunk in. And he's going to be tired by the end of the second round. He's fooled. And all we see as the supporters is he's getting knocked out. But we all know that weight is a science. It's a science. Miguel was weight drained against Manny Pacquiao. That's why he lost. Y'all want to know why I believe that? Because once again, on year number 4, when Manny Pacquiao was allegedly trying to fight Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd said, "Yo, 40 million flat rate. I will send you $20 million right now." Dude, I remember everything. He was with 50 Cent at the time. "I'll send you 20 million right now. You get the other 20 by fight night." And everybody went crazy. "Oh, no, we shouldn't take a flat rate." Oh, y'all mad at flat rates now, right? Time reveals all truth. Years later, some of those same assholes that hated that flat rate was like, "Yo, Deontay Wilder should take that 12 million flat." Let's not go there. But some of those same people were saying that. He's trying to jerk Manny. And then what did we say? Hey, man, I think that's the most money Manny's ever seen. Iron Levant, salute. But hey, man, my stance was 50-50 was on the table 2 years prior to that. And Manny said no. Why? Because he was scared of needles. So here we are. Mansa Musa, salute. You understand? So Miguel Cotto loses. But Manny Pacquiao dumped the idea of fighting Floyd. He flirted with Miguel Cotto in a rematch. Jamal Davis, salute. In a rematch, and Miguel said, "I'll fight you again." But I believe Miguel had a belt too. But he said, "Nah, we fighting at 54. Manny's fans said, "Oh, well, he's a welterweight." I said, "No, go look up Manny's weight when he fought Antonio Margarito. He was above 150. Go look it up. So he could make 154. What are y'all talking about? The speed, the angles. Sound familiar? The speed, the angles. The brothers UK in the building. The speed, the angles. So it shouldn't matter with this catch weight nonsense. Something that we always had a problem with. Tell him to fight Miguel at 154. You already beat him. Styles make fights, right? The speed, the angles, right? Guess what Manny didn't do? He didn't rematch him, did he? No. Why am I talking about all this? As a reminder, Miguel Cotto has 2 losses on his record that had everything to do with business. It was better for business. How dare Bob Arum talk highly of Miguel Cotto? Sometimes people will say something, you might not like the messenger, but the message hits home. I don't like it. Listen, that article was bigging up Miguel Cotto, and I appreciate that. I like Miguel Cotto. But coming from Bob Arum, dick move. He valued Manny Pacquiao and Antonio Margarito more than he valued Miguel Cotto. Once they saw that gravel in his goddamn gloves, what Bob Arum should have done is say, yo, look, you want to fight him in Mexico? This time we'll have people in there watching those gloves. Bruce Gold, salute. You want to fight him in Mexico? Because I don't want to bring him to the States. He don't deserve to fight here. Nope, he ran out and got him to fight Manny Pacquiao first. Payday. You understand what I'm talking about? Business. So now, why did I bring that up? You see this fool in the middle? He's hard at work. You see these 4 men here? All right? You see the fellow on the lower right-hand side? Let me be very clear when I say this. I'm going to be very, very clear. All right? I don't have a problem with Vasyl Lomachenko as a person. I don't fucking know him. I don't even know if he's married. I don't know anything. You know why? His personal life is none of my concern. At any point, did you ever hear me say that this man can't fight? No. I just said he's not Muhammad Ali. I just said he's not Sugar Ray Leonard. You know who did say that? Bob fucking Arum. Is he good at what he does? Yes. But why are people acting like this man never lost a fight? And when I say people, I'm not only talking about fans. I'm talking about old media. They do shit like this. They do this. Right in our face. Right in our face. But then they get mad. Y'all like my Christmas tree? Ain't shit on it. Merry Christmas. Yeah, 88. I slid through. Jason, salute. I slid through there for a minute. You know, I go through and support the family. You know, hit the like button. I'm not entertaining Lomachenko fans. I'm not. Lamonte, salute. DB Montatrack, salute. I'm not entertaining this shit. I'm telling the truth. Y'all could never say that I'm hating on any fighter. I'm telling the truth about him. I am Trill Will in the building. I never said Loma was Brian H. Salute. I never said Loma was trash. I said I don't like the packaging. Don't try and tell me. Listen. Listen. I never said Lomachenko's trash. With like the rest of these fighters. Let nature take its course. If they're good, they're gonna show us. Right? That's fair. Stop putting coats on these people. One fight in, he tells us this is the best thing he's seen since Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, As if some of us weren't there. Cesar, salute. No doubt, fam. I appreciate you. Stay connected. Salute. Now, Xavier Loma is a problem. I'm keeping it a buck. That 135 division is lit. You will never hear me say that Loma doesn't have a chance to beat anybody. He could. He could emerge from this thing undisputed. He could. But let's not forget how we got here. Brown on Boxer, salute. Let's not forget how did we get here? Isn't this shit, all this confusing shit, isn't that there's a franchise status at 135 right now. Whose fault is that? That's his fault. Don't tell me he beats Devin Haney when he could have fought him and he didn't. Right now, thanks to his behavior, you can't even tell me 100% that, look, does he not have a loss against Teofimo Lopez? What does Blue Blood say? We're dealing with facts over feelings, right? Y'all know I don't fuck with Teofimo Lopez anymore. Y'all know that. And y'all know why. I've been very clear. He fucked himself. I think Loma destroys him in a rematch. Why did he beat Loma? Because Loma ain't throw a punch until round 6. But I was on here saying Tio gonna beat him. And he beat him. And I celebrated. I had no idea. First of all, I had no idea the franchise status was transferable. Remember? It was a special status awarded due to the integrity or whatever words they used. And they give it to you. Then Tio says, yo, listen, if I beat him, can I get that? And Mauricio says, yes, change the rules right in front of us. Was Mike Cappinger taking note of this? Was anybody saying this? Like, yo, why is it transferable now? What's going on? And then I didn't know that once he won it, he's going to start running around saying I'm undisputed. And by the way of the rules, the way it's interpreted, he was undisputed. And I'm like, hold on. There's a dispute. Because rather than fight Devin Haney, he surrendered the real WBC strap via email. Did anyone on Twitter? Because I know if the roles were reversed, can you imagine if Devin Haney surrendered the belt and asked for a franchise status to Lomachenko? You know the world would have went crazy, and we'd have been still hearing about it right now. Look, I don't need to speak highly of Lomachenko. You know why? Old media is going to do the work for us. His fan base, his fanatics, they're going to do the work for us. I'm good just saying, yo, look, the guy's a brilliant boxer. He's a problem. That's all I got to say. That's truth enough. I ain't got to get down and lick his nuts. I'm going to let old media do that for them. Salute to Anthony in that super chat. Much love. He says, I have a problem with Loma getting white privilege so blatantly. However, it don't feel like he flexes it. Bob flexes it. He's a superb boxer, though. Exactly that. That's what I'm saying. Exactly that. That's what it is. It is white privilege. Does he fight like a conventional white fighter that from the Ukraine that we're used to seeing? Him or the Klitschko's? Even look at Usyk. Loma's different, and I'll give him that. But why are we acting like we've never seen that shit before? It's like when some kid, he's 21 years old, sit back and says, yo, man, Eminem, greatest bars I ever heard. I'm like, bro. And then I got to remember, oh, he's 20. He's 20. He probably got a kid, and he could piss while he's standing up, and he probably got a job. He doesn't know any better. So I don't engage. I can't. 46 years old. I'm from the Bronx. I know Melly Mel. I know him. Grandmaster Melly Mel, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Melly, I know him. Chances are, no disrespect to the kid, you might love hip hop, but you haven't done the history. You might say, yo, look, I appreciate, you could say he's your top 5 because you appreciate his lyrical content, but I can't have a conversation about hip hop with that kid because he don't even know what hip hop means. Y'all know there's a definition, right? Hip hop, there's a definition. Anthony Beck in that super chat, he says, and he will smoke Kambosos' game if he does fight. And that's the problem. And this is why they're forcing that fight. They want to get Lomachenko back in a position of power. They're doing it again. Tyson Fury, they're doing it again. They're doing it again right in our face. Again. Here they go again. Here they go again. They're stacking the cards. They're telling you who they want to emerge from this. Kambosos wasn't on the radar. Tio dropped the ball. He was supposed to steamroll Kambosos. And he was supposed to be sitting there screaming and hollering right now. But the play was he was going to dump everything, duck Devin Haney, and go to 140 and pursue Josh Taylor. And they blew it. Teofimo Lopez wasn't even on the menu. You know who's not on the menu? Tank. But Tank has the machine of Floyd behind him. And let me tell you, that's a strong machine. Do y'all get why Floyd is moving him a certain way now? Do y'all understand? Because in a way, Tank is being protected. He is. From this nonsense. Without Floyd, what's Tank doing now? Tank is in the same position as Devin Haney. Without Floyd. Without Floyd, he's in the same position. Why the fuck Devin Haney, with all this talent, has a belt, he has to run around and look for fights? Thank you, Jojo Diaz, for having cojones. Thank you. In what universe does Lomachenko get to duck Devin Haney and is not held accountable? Teofimo Lopez gets to duck Devin Haney and is not held accountable. On here, he is. Unbelievable. This was my brother G5 Gabe. G5 Gabe in that super chat. He said, man, you better cook, fam. Fuego, no doubt. I just found out I could do something on the street. Cassandra, salute. Y'all know how sometimes when it goes fast, we can't scroll up far enough to find a super chat. Well, now, and for those of you who do content, now you can put stars next to the super chat and they go inside a part of the it says start right next to it. You just put a star on it, so when the chat's moving fast, you put a star on it, and you can go back to the super chat. Thank goodness. Suit to my uncle, Dre Finest. He said they won't do it for a brother. The complexion. Yep. And when we speak on that, we're making it up. When we speak, Shemaine, salute, Anthony Jones in the building. When we speak on that, we're making it up. I'm not lying. Find one article, find one Mike Coppinger, because I don't know. I'm not on Twitter. I get these screenshots from my people from Twitter. And Tay Jones sent me something. They were having a conversation about this at 4:51 in the morning. I'm not too familiar with Mike Ortega, but let me read what he said. Lomachenko had the best performance of all recent lightweight fights. He said, is the third biggest draw behind Tank and Ryan Garcia. CB Sports in the building. Somebody please do me a favor. Pull up Ryan Garcia's numbers against Luke Campbell. Pull up his biggest numbers. I don't even know if it was against Luke Campbell. I know that was his toughest fight. He got dropped in that fight. Somebody pull up the biggest numbers of Ryan Garcia. Jonathan Simon says it's time. Tank versus Dev. Yes. Freeze these motherfuckers out. Freeze them out. Get 2 fights. I don't give a shit who wins. But I fucks with Devin. So, I do give a shit who wins. Let me straighten that out. I do care who wins. I want Devin to win that fight. But get 2 fights. Freeze these guys out. Then he says, and with my doubts, they'd both be unlikely to travel to Australia. Lomachenko should have a shot at getting the Kambosos fight. Mike Ortega's a boxing writer. Jake Donovan, he says, probably has the best shot if the WBO orders before Kambosos gets to enter serious negotiations with Tank and Haney. Then somebody else chimes in. It's possible that there are options, even if he has to trash a belt. Even if he has to trash a belt, they're talking about throwing shit in the garbage and putting guys to fight other guys, not named Devin Haney, just for the sake of numbers. And Mike Coppinger is leading the charge in that. Now, Jake Donovan is just saying, this might be what it is because he understands the flow. He understands. Jake Donovan understands. Mike Ortega, it just seems like he's just also saying, I don't agree with what he's saying as far as, third biggest draw behind Tank and Ryan Garcia. Where the fuck are they getting that Ryan Garcia's this draw from? Eric R. Salute. Where are they getting this? Where are they getting this? Why is Garcia even being mentioned? That's right, Dwayne. Ryan never did a pay-per-view. So what the fuck are they talking about? We don't count Instagram followers over here. We don't. That's right, CB. This guy's supposed to be better than Ali. Why is I'm confused? Ali ran towards smoke. That's me. Salute. Ali ran towards smoke. If you and him was mentioned in the same sentence, you got nervous. Because Ali be like outside your gym. Come on out, you ugly gorilla. You're like, man, why y'all say my name with this guy? You know he gonna show up to my house. Ali was the first troll in boxing. I'm appalled at this behavior. LeVar Dargala, salute. What's more appalling is that a lot of these fighters got these unconditional, rabid fans foaming at the mouth that will defend their favorite fighter to the death. They can't be like our brother Black Fight Fan. He fucks with Loma. But did he not keep it a buck? He says, yo, he ducked Devin, man. He ducked Devin. That's the truth, man. Steph is in, salute. That's the truth. He ducked Devin, man. How did some of y'all, I'm not saying y'all, I'm just saying, I'm talking to the Lomachenko fans. Support your guy, but how did some of y'all walk around and defend that? He asked for a franchise. If you was a Lomachenko fan and you had a problem with Canelo and the franchise status, and you just sat there and said, no, that is bad. That's looking bad. That's looking bad for Canelo. That's bad. He should be doing that. That's bad. That's bad. And then Lomachenko gets it and dumps the WBC's title. You have the right to remain silent. Either say nothing or just keep the same energy and say that's bad. You can't love it all of a sudden. And that's what some of you did. Ronald Haskins, salute. That's what some of you did, man. Y'all said, oh. Oops. That's what some of you did. That's exactly what some of you did. This is disgusting behavior, man. This is ridiculous. You can't want justice in boxing when you can just watch this and not say anything because it's your favorite guy. Which is why we didn't understand AJ fans. How are y'all allowing this to happen? Your guys are best in the game. I don't. Before COVID, we was like, all right, D will go to the UK to fight you. You can come over here and make your US debut by apparently knocking out Deontay Wilder. Do it. What is the problem? Business over bullshit. Watch the play. We saw it. And then that's when we stopped fucking with AJ. We was like, oh man, this guy don't want no. We'll freeze it. When he said we'll freeze him out, I said, I'm done. Done. We'll freeze him out. Does he even know what that means? Does he even know what that means? And your fans are cool with you not making right with this? Your fans are cool with you not fighting the best? No. You know what we had to deal with? Reggie Milligan, salute. You know what we had to deal with? AJ ain't going to fight him. The brokest heavyweight in the world. He's never going to make past $4 million. He should have took the $12 million. All this shit which he agreed to. Lowball me, and then after I beat you, you take the lesser half. They still said no. Y'all were here for it. We was all here for it. You know what I was saying? On top of that, I said, can they fight before somebody loses? And what happened? This is what happens. He eventually did come to America. Yeah. And what was done? Now we all know who Andy Ruiz is. You see? See what happens? You see? Okay. Pat yourself on the back. That shit is your fault. Didn't AJ say, yo, I'd much rather, if it was going to be my first loss, I would much rather it had been to Deontay Wilder. Tried to tell you. But you want to go ahead and listen to Eddie Hearn. You're not bright. BBG, salute. You're not bright. Now, I'm coming for those belts, boy. I tried to learn boxing. The X's and the O's. I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover. I fucks with Scarface. I sniff cocaine. Now we got to deal with that shit. Bill Spoolie, salute. Now the nigga done lost his mind. But the atmosphere of boxing is winning. Why? Usyk won. All he got to do is beat him again. And then what happens? Y'all saw Tyson Fury, him facing off, right? At the Garden, right? Y'all saw that, right? They're telling you what they're going to do before they do it. Right in your face. AJ fans, where y'all at? We warned you. This was what they were doing. We warned you. This is y'all fault. Whole time y'all fussing with us, y'all should have been saying, yo, Eddie, AJ could beat Deontay. Stop playing. Get this guy out of here. What happened? At any point, did Deontay ever say, until the very end, when he was done with it, listen carefully what I'm saying. At any point, did Deontay ever say, hey, man, I'm the A side. Fuck you. At the very end, when they pulled that Povetkin shit, he said, you know what? I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm done playing games. Now it's 50-50. I done said I'd come over to the UK. I done said I'd take 12 million. I done said I'm the B side, I'm the C side. I've done everything I can. So you know what? 50-50, no fight. Whatever. Y'all asked for 50 million, gave it to y'all. I don't know what else y'all want me to do. That's when he said, I'm done. He didn't do that early in negotiations like Bud did Errol. He said, nah, 50-50. Nah, 60-40 my way. You know what? No fight. Yo, instead of fussing with us and trying to poke fun at a fighter that we support, tell your man to take the fight to beat the guys that we're supporting. That's how you shut us up. Because we could say, yo, Deontay lost to one of the biggest heavyweights in history, and he was outmanned weight-wise. Still dropped him on his ass. What does AJ have to say? He got knocked out by Andy Ruiz, had to get it back when he was out of shape at 300 pounds, and then you fucked around and lost to a cruiserweight. Whose resume looked better? Duck King Kong Ortiz, deep fought him twice, knocked him out twice. Whose resume looked better? Y'all AJ fans got to deal with that. That's the reality. And you got a lifelong contract with Eddie Hearn. Deontay's a free man. Whose resume looked better? Shut your damn mouth, man. Shut up. Y'all lost, man. Salute to my brother G5 Gabe back in that super chat. He said AJ lost his mind at the Cuckold convention. Coming for those belts, boy. Go, salute. Coming for those belts, boy. I tried to learn boxing, the X and O's. Cause I'm coming for them belts, boy. I'm coming for those belts, boy. Cause I'm coming for them belts, boy. I'm coming for those belts, boy. Cause I'm coming for them belts, boy. You gonna see them. Oh man, he's in America wearing do-rags and shit. I said, what's wrong with this kid? What happened? I mean, I wear do-rags with my hair short, but goddamn, you wear do-rags in the gym or around the house when you're doing your waves, but trust me, I don't walk around like in the street hanging out with a do-rag on my head like I'm 18. I wear it at the gym. I wear it when I go to bed. I've even worn it 1,000,000 times on this camera. I'm in the crib. This dude was taking pictures on the block with a do-rag on his head. I'm like, huh? You're $1 million athlete. What the fuck? What's wrong with you wearing suits? Whatever. Coming for those belts, boy. You understand me? He's never gonna live that down. But that's the conversation they're having on Twitter. They're talking about sales. They're not talking about what's right. Talking about the WBO trying to sneak in and mandate something. Everybody's trying to clear lane. They're trying to do the pick and roll. They're trying to stop them and Malone us for fucking Lomachenko with 2 losses. How many losses Tank got? Okay. How many losses Devin Haney got? Okay. Could Lomachenko have not fought Devin Haney? Okay. They're not saying, yo, run it back with Tio. He lost. Oh, shit. Isn't Richard Comey Teofimo's leftovers? Yeah. Let me read to you something that Mike Cappinger wrote. Vasily Lomachenko did enough to earn a shot against Joe Kambosos Jr., but will he get it? All right. Buns of Steel writes, Lomachenko was on the verge of a statement win he was searching for Saturday. A statement win he was searching for. Let me ask y'all a question. DJ7 for life, salute. Let me ask y'all a question. Brooklyn born, salute. Who had the more dangerous opponent on their fights? Was it Isaac Cruz versus Tank? Was it JoJo versus Devin? Or was it Comey versus Lomachenko? Well, PJ's big dog, salute. Here's my stance on it. Nobody picked any of those opponents to beat any of the guys, any of the favorites, and they didn't. The most unknown and shocking event was Tank because we didn't know Isaac Cruz was that good. I got my wish. I said I needed something to happen in the fight that could shake up the world. I don't know whether that was Tank getting hurt or dropped for the first time or, and I got my wish. He wasn't hurt, but we now know who Isaac is, and he's a problem. What he is a problem. Don't take our word for it. What did Tank say after the fight? A star is born. That's what he said. Don't take my word for it. Tank said that. Tank said that. So now, yeah, you know what, Xavier? Ryan better leave a whole lot of people alone, and he's been doing a good job at leaving people alone. He's been on Twitter, but he's been leaving them the fuck alone. He's been talking, but he's been leaving it alone. So now Isaac done said his name. Now I got to do something because that's the next fight I want. I did a video last night. Go watch it. Yes, sir. Ryan better not leave Isaac Cruz alone. Ryan better go get that work because Ryan hasn't done any fucking thing. Ryan doesn't even deserve to be in the conversation with Tank, Haney, and he don't even deserve a Lomachenko fight because Lomachenko's out here fighting. He just came back and beat Nakatani, who was giving Tio all kinds of fits, and Comey, who's a name, but we knew he'd beat Comey. What has Ryan done? Had to beat Luke Campbell last year, had to get up off the floor to do that, and what? Sit on the couch with Mike Tyson and bark at Tank over the damn phone and pump fake and say, oh, yeah, we fighting Andrew Gray, salute. I appreciate you. And say, oh, yeah, we're going to fight Tank. We're going to fight Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was like, huh? Ryan Garcia, I don't know. I did not hear that I fight him. The young kid, Menudo. I fight Menudo. Fine. How much money? I don't know. I can't talk to Bob. I talk to Al Heyman. No. Keith Thurman. What the fuck has Ryan done? They like saying that, right? What has he done? What has Ryan done? Marketability? I'm sorry, I don't watch boxing on Instagram. I've never watched a whole boxing event on Instagram. I've seen highlights, but I've never watched a whole boxing event on motherfucking Instagram. It doesn't happen. I don't follow Ryan Garcia. I'm 46 years old. Why would I be following Ryan Garcia? To see him posing? Twerking and shit? Hi, I'm Ryan Garcia. Is he even old enough to drink? Why would I be following Ryan Garcia when he's not boxing? I follow boxers on Instagram. Is he a boxer or is he depressed? Is he boxing or is he just talking shit on Twitter? Listen, I'm supposed to follow a guy that says this. What the ass is this? You won't tell me his mind is working correctly? Who says this? Now, I know the context. Now, the Ryan Garcia pedo fan base is probably beating down on the door. That's not what he meant. Let me put this into context for you. Let me help y'all out. Ryan said that Tank Davis is just used to beating on women, pretty girls. Well, this pretty girl fights back. And then the next tweet, he put that. Let me tell you something. That's not a bar, Ryan. It's not a bar you use. That's about as bad of a bar. What's the worst bar you ever heard from any rapper? Well, I'm going to tell you. Let me help y'all out. The worst bar ever used in the history of mankind was from a legendary rapper from Brooklyn, Biggie. There's a song on his first album, Ready to Die, called Me and My Bitch. He said, she looks so good, I suck on her daddy D. I said, no! I skip that song every time. Frequent Flyer, salute. Curtis Price, salute. That's the worst bar in the history of hip hop. In the history of rap music. That's the worst bar. I get the connection, but you don't say that. You don't say that. That's bad, Ryan. That is the worst bar in the history of all rap music. From Biggie. He said it. Google it. That's the ultimate pause. That's pause infinity. When I first heard that, I stopped it. I looked at my boy. We was in the car. I said, yo, what? He said, whoa, hold on. What? What'd he say? You look so good. I suck on your daddy. I was like, oh, no. No woman looks that good. No woman that looks that good. Geo James, salute. That was horrible. And you know what? On the block, we just ain't talk about that. We just ain't talk about that. We ain't talk about it. We was like, yeah. Yo, the album's hot. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable and juicy. And then me and my bitch, we just scroll right past. Don't listen to that. He was like, whoa. What's going on there, big? All right, let's not talk about it. That's a real bar. Ryan, that's you. Me and my bitch. John Page, my brother Batman in the building. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan. What grown-ass man follows a guy on Twitter and on his Instagram and does this? You see, Mike Cappinger, that makes sense. Y'all already know. I seen the man up close, and he's suspect. I'm not kidding, but Ryan, dogs, stay out of the limelight, man. You have none. And I don't care how you get down in your bedroom. Because if you got hands, you got hands. Y'all remember Orlando Cruz? Not Orlando Salido, who incidentally knocked out Orlando Cruz. Y'all remember when he came out the closet? And Manny Pacquiao made these comments against the homosexual community, and they came for him. And then Orlando Cruz came out. I don't care. They put him against Orlando Salido. Orlando Salido stopped him. But the train was ready to hop on Orlando Cruz and push him forward. That's what the community does for one another. Listen, I ain't got no problem with none of that, man. I don't care. Sidebar, I do have a problem with these rappers degrading women, and these dudes is pillow biters. Don't do that. I seen some shit. Yeah. I'm like, this dude, we always talking about da-da-da-da-da. And I'm watching. What? That's your problem. Yeah. That's for the other channel, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to the Painful Excellence podcast. You understand? Shit crazy in these streets, man. I'll be putting content on the other channel more than likely after New Year's. More than likely after New Year's, y'all. Y'all gonna love that. We're gonna air shit out. We're gonna air everything out. It's not a boxing channel. We're gonna air everything out. These are conversations that we need to have. That's the link right there. Man, y'all be amazed at the shit I seen. This is before social media. It's before social media. And when I came back in town and told these stories, this was before the term hate came out. You're just jealous. Why? I was just around your favorite rapper. And you're not going to believe this shit that I seen. You're just jealous. Why? I was out there working around him and I got paid. Why the fuck would I be jealous? I was around them and a whole lot of women. But why were there so many women available? And who was that guy with the hazel eyes or the purple contacts and the long hair? Huh? Anyway, and I ain't salute the Planet 619, and I ain't trying to, I'll never say anyone's name, because 10 times out of 10 y'all wouldn't even fucking believe it. Well, actually, in this day and age, yeah, you would, but I ain't gonna say no one's name. But it's like, what? Be careful where you fling the F word. Be careful to who you listen to. Be mindful. I remember I was watching this movie. Who's the guy from, not the guy from, you remember that show, Who's the Boss? Land of the 216, yes, sir. Y'all remember, what was the actor's name? What was his name? The Italian guy. Remember that show, Who's the Boss? The sitcom? St. Louis Mix, salute. What was his name? Well, him. He was in this movie where he was a single father. Came the bad guy, salute. And he was raising his daughter. And he bought this book. Tony Danza, that's him. Bought this book on how to raise a daughter. It was a comedy. And his daughter was like a teenager now, and she was growing up or whatever, and Shogun salute. And he bought this book. And the movie is about him trying to follow the guidelines of this book. And he's raising his daughter by way of this book, and he's fucking up. He's like falling out of cars. I mean, it's crazy. The movie was funny. I forget the name of it. I sat there and watched it. I said, man, this is cute. So then the guy who wrote the book ends up at a radio station and he does an interview. Right? So he's all beat up. And he's like, man, what the hell? And he's listening to the guy who wrote the book. He said, oh, this is the guy that wrote the book. And he's listening to it. So then the guy's interviewing him. He says, oh, okay, yeah, you wrote this book. It's doing well. He says, so how did you raise your daughter? Did you raise her by the guidelines of this book? He says, oh, no, I don't have any kids. Nicholas Levy, salute. So this guy that had no kids wrote a fucking book on how to raise a daughter, of all things. So Tony got mad, turns on the car, and speeds down to the radio station to kick that guy's ass. And I don't remember the name of the movie. I'm sure I could Google it or whatever. But that was the funny part. That was the joke. Why does the LDBC exist? Why don't I entertain a boxing conversation with people that aren't qualified to have a boxing conversation? Listen, I don't know everything. I know my limitations. when it comes to the history of the sport, you think I'm gonna try and tell guys like Stormy B-Man or Scrapbook Boxing or Kurt Sugar about the history of the sport? No. Once it gets there, you gotta stop. Why? I'll ask more questions that I'll contribute. It's like being in a room and you're here, right? And with your education. And to your right is a rocket scientist. To your left is another rocket scientist. Straight ahead of you is another rocket scientist and a doctor. So there's millions of dollars of mind in the room. And your brain is a strong double figures. You know, my only contribution to that conversation they're having is, yo, y'all want a beer or something? I need a drink? You want some snacks? Because I'm doing more listening than I'm talking. I can't contribute to that. I don't know. It's like that with everything. Nazi, salute. A condo. That's what it's all. No, listen. So when we come here and talk boxing, do y'all understand how crazy it is that I got to close my chat for 6 weeks? And then when the dumbass finally comes in here, they try and disrupt because they're mad that we're telling the truth about guys like Anthony Joshua, about guys like Lomachenko. Have I lied on Lomachenko? Unique Dawn, salute. Have I lied on him? MJ Total Health and Wellness, salute. I'm not lying on him. Watch this. He dumped the belt when he could have fought Devin Haney. Did I lie? I don't care about why he did it. What we do know is that he dumped the belt and requested a franchise status. You can't defend that. Then got in the ring and lost it to Teofimo Lopez. You definitely can't defend that. I don't care about a hurt shoulder. Look what his shoulder really was hurt. May have been. May have been. But I know he thought Teofimo was a safer bet than Devin Haney. There's no reason in the world other than that, other than the fear of losing, that he fought Teo instead of Devin. Don't talk to me about, oh, well, Teo was a bigger risk. No, it wasn't, because he lost that too. Do I think he whoops his ass in the rematch? Yes, because he's reignited. But history is history. It happened. You did it. That's why I'm not going to listen to no stupid-ass Lomachenko fan. A fanatic. I'm skeptical when you coming in here trying to defend the guy waving a Ukraine flag. Put that shit down. Put it down. Let me see where you at. Root for your guy. Root for your guy. But are you real? Black roots for Lomachenko, but he's real. He ducked Devin Haney. He's real. He's honest about that. Can we get some honesty? Try honesty. You guys are fucking crazy. And right in our face, I would say under the radar, but once you put it on social media, everyone saw it. Mike Coppinger is the same guy that lied and said that Terrence Crawford stared down Errol Spence and asked him who's the best welterweight in the world. And that statement was made that night, and it was on TV, but y'all know he wasn't talking to Errol. Errol was already gone. Fuck. And then the Bud Dick Riders, Errol ran out the building after he stopped Sean. Do y'all know we spoke to motherfuckers that were there? Do y'all know Champside was Champside there? Somebody was there. And everyone said, hey man, nah man. Sean, what? Sean didn't want that fight. He want to fight. Y'all making excuses. We are? Okay, we're making excuses. Don't take my word for it.
Sean, obviously not the way you wanted the fight to end. What are your thoughts on your father stopping the fight?
No, he's doing what he knows he needs to do. I didn't expect that. We'd never had a conversation about that. We just kind of always had a unspoken understanding that if he sees what he needs to see, he's going to do what he did. I didn't expect it.
Did you feel that you were in a condition to continue in this fight?
Yes. The punch that he was catching me too clean, and I think that's what my dad saw. I saw it, I felt it, and I just think that my timing was a little off. Great fighter over there, wouldn't allow me to catch my rhythm. That was my game plan going in, not to allow him to catch his. He's a dynamite dude, in and out of the ring. Congratulations.
It was a typical Shawn Porter fight. It was competitive. The judges had it very close until the stoppage came in the 2 knockdowns. But you are the only man who has been in the ring with every welterweight of consequence, every welterweight champion of this era. Yeah. Where do you place Terrence Crawford?
I knew you'd ask who's the best out of everybody I've been in the ring with. There's no doubt that man, I think, hit me more than anybody I've been in the ring with. He was on point, A through Z. The competitor in me, man, won't stop looking at him, wanting to fight him again. He's that good that I want to do it again. Congratulations, but
what makes him special, different?
You know what? He's got it, and I said that multiple times in interviews, inside and outside of the ring. He just has that, on Jerry Maguire, they call it the Quan. That's what he's got. So good for him.
Now, Kenny, I know that's the toughest decision for a father or a trainer to make. What prompted you to stop the fight tonight?
Honestly, yes. His preparation. He didn't prepare like I wanted him to prepare. So that's just, that just makes me say, you know what? I don't want him in that situation. He fought a great fighter. The guy is super sharp, and he's at a deficit. It's like fighting this guy blindfolded when you're in a deficit like that. So I wasn't going to let that happen to him.
Hey, man, don't fight with us. Fight with Kenny. I don't give a damn what Sean said. Don't care. I don't care. Don't take it up with me. Take it up with Kenny. His father, his trainer and his father said preparation. Prior to the fight, did CC not say, yo, she heard through the grapevine the motherfucker only been training 30 days? Remember she said that? And then I'll be damned. Kenny said it to say, Kenny sat there and said, yo, man, I ain't like his preparation. So, of course, Bud is going to shine. And I'm just putting shit together. Bud shine because of lack of Sean's preparation. Hey, man. Hey. Hands up. Don't shoot. Kenny said that. Take it up with him. Facts over feelings, right? So let's look at the facts. With the AJ situation, look at the facts. With Lomachenko, look at the facts. There is no reason why Kambosos should even be looking at Lomachenko, and they're using sales to justify that conversation. Are you insane? How do you justify this kid, Ryan Menudo Garcia? How do you justify that? With sales? What has he sold? The pay-per-view? When? We don't watch fights on Instagram. Do not let Mike Coppinger or anybody else in old media force this narrative. Lomachenko has 2 L's. Tank is undefeated. Haney's undefeated. And they fought the better opposition. No disrespect to Richard Comey, but look at the betting odds. No one thought that Comey was going to win. The betting odds was closer with Diaz. What was it? Minus 800, Comey versus Lomachenko. If you bet like $100 on Loma, you probably won 101. Probably won $1. It was closer with Tank and what was Tank versus Cruz? It wasn't no negative 800. Diaz versus Haney. Haney was a favorite, but it wasn't no negative 800. Terry Smooth, salute. So in what universe Did Lomachenko? Of course, he had the better outing. Not only are you on his dick, but no one said that Richard was going to beat this guy. Not me. Classic response to that fight when it was announced. I said, Richard has a puncher's chance. But let's not forget, he got knocked out by Tio. He's fighting Tio's leftovers, and he lost to Tio. You want to be petty? Let's be petty. What Loma needs to do at this point, he needs to be pushing to fight a rematch with Teofimo Lopez. Since now I want Cruz to fight Ryan Garcia, let's clear this bullshit up. And don't let old media run game, because this is game. Lomachenko's trying to get himself back in the good graces. He beat Nakatani. Great. He beat Kome. I'll give him that. Now, run it back with the guy that beat you. Hey, man, he thinks he won. His father said, hey, man, we're not running it back with Kambosos. We're doing three events. We're doing 3 events. Pay-per-views with Top Rank. That's what he said. Great. The only pay-per-view that'll do some numbers with Top Rank is Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko. That'll be Lomachenko's first pay-per-view, by the way. Thank you. Don't fucking talk to me about numbers, Mike Coppinger. Don't talk to me about that. Lomachenko hasn't been on pay-per-view. Shut your goddamn mouth. Salute to my brother, Eric Montgomery. I heard about it, brother. Rabu called me last night during the live stream. I heard about it, man. I know. I heard about it. Salute to you, fam. Get Loma the fuck up out of here. He got work to do. He had his time, and he blew it. Talk about that. Put that on your Twitter. Put that on your ESPN. Put that on your MTK Global. Put that we wouldn't be here if he ain't dumped the belt and request another franchise status. Another one. Talk about that. Because maybe if he didn't dump it and fought Devin and won, we wouldn't be here. You know what would have happened? If he fought Devin and beat Devin and fought Tio, he'd have lost. Tio really would have been undisputed. And then Kambosos would be undisputed based off of how we, connect the dots, right? My brother Keon in the building. Yup. This part. Everybody want undisputed until a black fighter's right there. How long are they going to do this to Devin Haney? Which is why I say, you know what? Motherfuck the belts now. Devin and Tank need to get together and make this happen. You see why I say Errol and Bud just need to do this for the culture? Because at this point, I really don't give a shit about undisputed. I really don't care now. I really don't. Congratulations. Congratulations. Floyd was right once again. These belts don't pay the goddamn bills. Do it for the culture. Juneteenth, can we get Bud versus Errol and get a trophy for it? And like Stormy said last night, can we get a tournament going? I wouldn't mind the franchise status if there was a goddamn tournament for it. They're just handing shit out. Salute to Tate Jones in the building. He said, imagine Charlo not fighting for undisputed and going to a rematch with J-Rock, who had already looked. Thank you. Shit like that. This is what we're dealing with. Have a tournament, man. Have a tournament. The franchise status could have been something special if there was a tournament for it. But this motherfucker just giving shit away because he's trying to force a hand for something. Y'all don't understand why Canelo got that shit? And his fan base says what? Crush the Legend, salute. DeLand James, salute. His fan base says what? Oh, he went up and fought Kovalev. He'd have beat Charlo. You can't say that. You can't say that. Roy Jones beat John Ruiz, a heavyweight. He could have retired right there, and we'd have been like, fine, legendary fighter. What if he never went back down to 175 before Antonio Tarver? Till this day, Tony would have been running around saying, I'd have beat Roy, and we'd have been like, yeah, right. You wouldn't have beat Roy Jones. He beat a heavyweight. But we got the questions answered. Where? In the ring. This is boxing, right? Since when did we become in the business of protecting our favorite guy? We supposed to want our favorite fighter to prove they're the best. Why are we talking about numbers all the fucking time? And I'm starting to not give a shit about belts. For what? IBF, NABO, WBC, WBA. That weird belt. What is that? The Continental belt in the UK with the gay flag on it? I'm not kidding. Those are the gay flag colors. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I don't even know what that belt is. But they fight for it. Y'all know the belt I'm talking about. I don't even know what that is. Dump the belts. Antonio Tarver and Glenn Koff Johnson got together and fought. And they put business aside because at that time they were the two best in the game. That's why they did it. This is ridiculous, man. Don't let, Lost with Real Salute, don't let Mike Coppinger and all these other fools come in here and try and force a narrative. We know who Lomachenko is, and we know what he did, and we're not going to forget. Ryan Garcia don't sell no goddamn seats. He's on Twitter all day. We don't even know if he's fighting shit. His hand is broke from masturbating to Pornhub at 1,000 miles an hour. Every time he turns around, he has a problem. Self-made, salute. Everybody, what does Bill Haney say? They have a shirt. What does it say? Everyone does everything but fight. Ain't that the truth? The Commonwealth belt. I guess it's important over there. I guess. Southern T in the building. Don't let Mike Coppinger off the hook. I would say I need to get in his ass, but he get down like that. Y'all know what I mean. Don't let him talk that shit. Y'all know that don't make no sense. Why is Ron Garcia even be mentioned? Why is Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos Jr. being mentioned? For what? Why? Why? Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. Anyway, that's my time. I gotta get my day started. The General's on, y'all. Let's head over there. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Much love and appreciation to everybody. See y'all tomorrow.